guys, welcome to my YouTube. I want to start off this video by introducing myself a little bit and then tell you guys a story. No, actually teach you a lesson that life has taught me in the past couple of days. Anyways, so my name is Dasha. I'm 20 years old. I live in LA in Hollywood, and I moved here about a year ago, but I don't think it's been a year yet. Anyways, I moved from San Diego, but I'm originally from Russia, Moscow. So when I first moved here, I knew absolutely no one. I moved here with a friend and she ended up moving in like a couple of weeks back to Russia. I knew no one. I had no friends for like 3 months. So for 3 months, all I would do is just modeling and a little bit of acting, but I had no friends, no family, no connections, nothing. After 3 months, I made a couple of friends, so I had someone to hang out with, but there was still something like missing in my heart. Something just wasn't there. So I meet this guy who I fall in love with right away, and he actually ended up being my boyfriend for almost 4 months, but yeah. I'm gonna get into this later. He was my first boyfriend, so my life seemed absolutely perfect. I lived in Hollywood. I have all these like really cool friends. I had a super cool boyfriend and I had a job, I had a car. What else could I possibly ask for? And I was always super appreciative for what I had. Like, I would tell all my friends, my boyfriend, how much I appreciate them every single day. And now I want to tell you guys a story about how I pretty much lost everything. But you're probably thinking, why is she smiling? Because I want to tell you a story about how I lost everything, but I also gained so much that I want to share this experience with you guys. 4 days ago, my boyfriend and I broke up, but you're probably thinking, why isn't she crying? Well, I'll tell you. So we broke up, but I'm not gonna get into details because that's really unethical. The next day, I was supposed to have a job interview and I was so excited to start my new life with no boyfriend, with my new job, blah, blah, blah. And I get into my car to go to that interview, and guess what? It doesn't start. I was like, oh, what the heck? I didn't leave the lights on. I didn't do anything. My car is almost brand new. It's only 1 year old. Like, it's a 2018 model. So it wasn't supposed to do that. I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna Uber. So I take the Uber. I actually get the job, and then I come home and I just feel super depressed about everything, but I'm like, whatever, not gonna worry about it. So the next day I wake up with all these things going on in my head, like, shit, what has my life come to? I don't have a boyfriend, don't have a car, it's not working. Like, what am I supposed to do now? Because if I don't have a car, obviously I can't go to work because I would have to Uber, but where I used to work was far. Anyways. It's not the main point. I was very, very sad. I didn't know what to do. But that wasn't the end. I had another problem. I wake up with a really big health issue. It was bad. It was a woman's health issue, but I don't want to get into details because I don't want to talk about it. But whatever it was, the symptoms were like the worst case. And my insurance has expired and I don't have money to waste on doctors right now because I have a car problem. So I got that health issue. It was really bad, to the point where like I had to call my parents and I was like, look, I have this and that, like, what do you think about it? And they were like, Dasha, this is super serious. You have to go see a doctor right now. Like, you have to go to the emergency room, they told me. And I start Googling my symptoms, and you know what happens when you go on the internet Googling like a problem? Everything they tell you just makes you stressed out even more. So I was like, whatever, you know what? Not gonna deal with this right now. I just wanted to deal with my car, because that was my main issue. Because if I don't have my car, I can't go to San Diego and see my family. I called towing so they can tow my car, take it to the dealership and get it fixed. Towing comes and tells me, your ceilings in your parking lot are way too low. Like, we can't get in there. Like, no towing will be able to. I was like, oh, okay. So I call my best friend, like not best friend, but my closest friend here in LA. I mean, someone who I thought was my closest friend here in LA, and I'm crying literally on the phone like, please, 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 can you please come? Like, I'm about to die, I have so many problems, just please come and help me. Guess what? She comes for not even 5 minutes, literally like 2 minutes, and tells me, oh, I have to go on a date, so yeah. And she just left me with all of my problems. I mean, I don't expect her to deal with it. All I was asking for was mental support. That's all I needed. Literally, I just needed someone next to me. That's all I needed. That was like another just slap punch in the face. So the 2 days were one punch after another, one problem after another, and I was just waiting for it to be done. Like, after me and my boyfriend broke up, I was like, okay, like, my life can't get worse. After my car broke, I was like, oh, it can't get any worse. So then I have that health issue where it was so bad I couldn't even leave my house because of how bad it was, but I still had to deal with the whole car situation. So the guy who was like towing my car, who was supposed to, his name was Sam. I'm so thankful to him. He was so nice. He was by my side. When my friend left me, I was like, my friend just left me. He was like, you call that a friend? Like, no, girl. So this guy takes me to the dealership in his towing truck and talks to the people there. He actually canceled another call to go to the dealership with me because he felt so bad for me. Like, he saw what I was going through. He didn't even know everything. All he knew was the car problem. So he takes me to the dealership and he talks to these guys there. He was like, please go over to this lady's house, look at her car and all this stuff. And they were like, no, we're not allowed to do that. Like, we don't go to people's apartments, we don't leave this dealership.
I was like, whatever. You know, I was just like done with that at the point.
And this one guy at the dealership is like, okay, I'll go. So he goes. We take him to my apartment building. Sorry guys, my camera stopped recording, so yeah. So the guy from the dealership comes to my house, looks at my car. He's a professional, he's a technician, and guess what he says? Honestly, I don't know what's wrong with your car. Like, I've never seen this before. It just doesn't start. And then he goes, I think you have a brake problem. You know, this is very serious because it could have stopped working when you were on the freeway or something. I was like, wow. Well, thanks for the information. Thank you so much. But what am I supposed to do now? How do I get it out of my building? He was like, don't know. Still don't have my car, it's still over there, but I'm actually over it. Like, I'm Ubering places now. It's probably even better for me. The car problem happened in my life for me to minimize all of my stress, because if any one of you lives in LA, you know how stressful the traffic in LA is. So that same night, I just come home and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm done with this life. Why is there only stress? Why is there only bad things happening to me? Like, why? Why do I have to go through this? What have I done? Like, I'm really nice. All of my friends know that, like, I would never do anything bad to anyone. And I try not to hurt people. So I was like, what do I deserve this for? So I was at home all day and it was really, really late, and I see these girls liking my pictures, and they are pictures that are with my boyfriend that were still up there. So they're liking my pictures. I'm like, who is that? Let me look at their stories. And I see that they are currently with my boyfriend. So I was like, that was like another punch in the face, because these girls that I don't even know, I have no idea who they are trying to get my attention on purpose to show me that they are hanging out with my ex-boyfriend. Wow, like, okay. That was another freaking slap in the face. and it hurt. It did really hurt. So I just ended up crying all night until my friend said, Dasha, just stop, let's go to a party. And I want to tell you that that whole entire day I was listening to Drake because he's my ex-boyfriend's favorite artist. So I was listening to him, crying like freaking killing myself from the inside. And guess what? I go to that party and it's a private party, like it was someone's birthday. And guess who I meet there? Drake. He was looking at our whole entire friend group for like the whole party. But that didn't really matter to me at the moment. I was like, okay, Drake, like freaking cool. So the next morning I wake up again, like cried all day. But then I met this super famous Russian YouTuber. And you know what he told me? He was like, hey, do you do YouTube too? I was like, no. Why? He was like, because you look like you would be really good at it. You should start. Like, why haven't you started yet?
I was just so happy to hear that from someone who's already a successful YouTuber, because a lot of my friends have told me before, like, do YouTube, but I never really started. But he told me, like, start now. So I was like, why not?
Today is a new day. I woke up crying again, crying about all of my problems. And then I looked in the mirror and told myself, Dasha, you little beautiful girl, do you want to go through this fast as soon as possible or suffer for like another month or two? And I was like, I want this to end as fast as possible because I am killing myself from the inside. I can't eat. I lost like 4 pounds in 3 days. I am attracting negativity to my life by being so depressed. So I looked in the mirror and told myself, then cry one more last time, but cry really, really, really hard to cry out all of your tears. And that's what I did. I stood in front of the mirror like this, crying for like 15 minutes until I couldn't even cry anymore. And guess what? When I stopped, I washed my face and I just felt so relieved. I felt so good, so happy inside. And that peace that was missing in my heart a long time ago, it was like there. I think I actually found my inner happiness by all of this situation. All of these bad things, they only made me stronger. These people who wanted to punch me in the face and hurt me, well, they made me stronger, made me a better person. And then I actually realized that I was so stuck in this small little circle that I had of like 2 friends, my boyfriend and my job, that I didn't see anything that was going on around me. I didn't even care, and I didn't even care about myself. All I cared about was them. That's it. I didn't care about myself at all. And now I'm realizing that why put your time, effort into trying to make someone else happy if you should be working on yourself, caring about yourself and helping yourself, not trying to help everyone,
The whole world around you.
but yourself, because you're the only person that you can actually help. So what I'm trying to say is, if there is any like inner problems that you are going through right now, you don't need to go through them. You need to get over them. Look at yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself you're beautiful or handsome. Tell yourself you're strong and that everything will be okay. So let go of your old story so the universe can write you a new one. That's what I learned, to let go of things. If there is anything you think you lost, I will tell you, if it's meant to be in your life, it will come back. But don't wait for it to come back, because then you can't live your life. So yeah. Forgot to say, I really hope you guys enjoyed watching this video and got something out of it. Deuces.